Go.
Imagine a 23-year-old woman. She gets impregnated by a man that her dying father hates. She's a graduate student in college, and if she wants to have this baby, she'll have to give up her whole college career, even if she puts the baby up for adoption. Would you say that abortion in this sense is justifiable? If you said yes, you just killed Steve Jobs. Today I'm going to tell you why the life inside of a pregnant mother is human. 2 different methods of abortion which kill this child. Different claims made by the pro-choice movement which try and justify the evils of abortion, and finally different ways to be active in the pro-life movement. From the very moment the sperm penetrates the egg, a zygote is formed, and this zygote, according to the Family Research Center, is human. It is immediately composed of human DNA and human molecules. The DNA also has a complete form embedded from the very moment of conception, which means even when the baby is just a speck of dust like this, it already has its eye color, hair color, and even personality traits determined. Now that I've proved to you that this life is truly human, I'm going to explain different ways that these lives are killed. Abortion, according to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, is termination of pregnancy after, accompanied by, resulting in, or closely following the death of a fetus, which, as I told you, is human. One type of abortion is called dilation and extraction, and this is done on any baby 13 weeks, like this little guy right here. In this type, the abortionist grabs the leg of the baby, pulls it with full force, and twists it at the same time. When this happens, the spine of the baby will snap and the skull collapses. The abortionist then proceeds to take the baby apart limb by limb until it's completely out of the mother. Another type of abortion is called partial birth abortion, and this type is done from 16 weeks all the way to 40 weeks of pregnancy. In this type, the abortionist uses an ultrasound machine to locate the legs of the baby. He then uses forceps to grab the legs and pull the baby through the birth canal. Once the abortionist has the baby where he wants the baby to be, he'll take scissors and cut a little hole in the head. He then takes a suction tube and sucks the brains out of the baby until the baby's skull collapses, which kills it. This is a picture of my little brother when he was 34 weeks, he was born when he was 34 weeks of gestation. If my mom had wanted an abortion a week earlier, it would have been completely legal to kill him, which, as you can see, he's completely human, and in no sense not human. Now that I've showed you the evils of abortion and how gruesome it actually is, I'm going to bring up certain claims made by the pro-choice movement which try and justify abortion. One of these claims is abortion is legal, therefore it must be right. But the Supreme Court has made mistakes in laws beforehand, like Dred Scott, in which case they said slavery was alright. But when you use your conscience, you know that slavery is wrong. It's the same with abortion. Abraham Lincoln himself said, "No law gives me the right to do what is wrong." And even though abortion is lawful, it's easy to see and easy to feel with your heart that it is wrong and it's murder. Another common argument brought up by the pro-choice side is women should have freedom of choice. But what about the freedom of choice of these little guys right here? The Declaration of Independence also says, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain and inalienable rights, among these which include life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." The Founding Fathers didn't say that these babies, or that we were born equal. They said we were created equal. Created equal from the very moment of conception. We all should have the chance to pursue happiness, as our Founding Fathers said. The last issue I'd like to bring up is abortion is a woman's issue and men shouldn't have a say in it. But the truth is, men contribute to exactly half the DNA of the baby. So why are their parental rights stripped away from them? Also, men have naturally fatherly instincts and paternal instincts to protect the weakest among us. So all you guys in the audience, if a man were to come with some forceps and start yanking the legs off of these babies, would you just let that man do it? Or would you stand up and save this child? There are many different ways to volunteer in the pro-life movement and to take a stand against abortion. I had the opportunity to interview Mrs. Beverly Dixon, who gave me many good ways to do this. First off, ICU Mobile is a mobile pregnancy unit which travels the streets of Detroit and hope to find mothers in need of ultrasounds and other things in crisis pregnancy situations. Mrs. Dixon explained many of the mothers that we find are hopeless, homeless, uneducated, and they have a lack of support. She said that ICU's mission is to be that support to those women who never felt support like this before. This woman came to ICU abortion-minded, and she came out with a beautiful baby boy, and ICU is still in contact with her today. The pro-life movement isn't just about what happens before the mom gives birth, but it's about being there constantly and helping her and her child live their lives to their fullest. Mrs. Dixon said some ways that we can be active in the pro-life movement is number one, by donating money, also by donating time, by being a counselor, or possibly by even driving the RV around the streets of Detroit. Finally, she said prayer is the most important thing that we can do to help this and to help these women. I hope that you can see that abortion truly is the taking of an innocent life. And I want to let you know, if you at all feel inclined to defend these little guys and their rights and their right to life, you're not going to get anything out of it for yourself. There's no personal gain, and society will look down on you for trying to protect the rights of this fetus, the rights of this baby. The thing is, though, it'll help you see every life as beautiful and every life as a miracle. Since Roe v. Wade became legal, 50 million lives are lost, and 50 million people are missing from this world. Are we going to let 50 million more go, or are we going to be a voice to the voiceless, a hope to the hopeless mothers? In the Bible, it says, anyone who welcomes a little child like this in my behalf welcomes me. And whoever welcomes me doesn't welcome me, but welcomes my Father. Thank you.